All right, and we're in the kitchen this morning with Chef Ika Zikin and winemaker Matthew Meyer. You guys are from the Williamsburg Winery. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Yoga pants or jeans?
Jeans.
All right, okay. So what are we making in the kitchen tonight? It's already smelling very yummy in here.
We're gonna make slow roasted lamb shoulder with some herb de Provence, some fresh herbs, and garlic mashed potatoes.
Yes, and we'll also be talking wine.
Yes, of course.
All right, so we will get to that in just a moment. You don't want to go away. We're back in the kitchen with Chef Ika Zikin from Williamsburg Winery. He's making slow roasted lamb shoulder with herbs de Provence and garlic Provence.
Yes.
And garlic mashed potatoes. I got to work on my French there, right?
A little bit.
Okay, so we've got some potatoes boiling right now,
Yes.
but we're going to focus on the lamb. So let's get started.
So we take the lamb shoulder, debone, and we basically need to marinate it with some fresh herbs, which is thyme and rosemary. And you don't want to cut them too thin because they're going to be in the oven for a long time, and we don't want to burn them. Herb de Provence is this thing. It's a dry herbs. Basically, there is inside thyme, rosemary, oregano, and it's come from Provence.
What kind of flavor is this lamb going to give you when you taste it?
You're going to have a flavor of Provence.
Provence.
Basically,
You're going
a
to feel
lot
like
of
you're in
herbs.
France.
Yeah,
It's going to take
a
you
lot
to the
of
old
herbs.
country.
Yeah. It's a very southern, French southern
Right. And when we
dish.
say slow roasted, this is a. You
There
have to take
is-
some time to make this.
Yeah, you wanna. Let me take the lamb. You wanna first start the oven on like 400 degrees, just to
Warm
give
it
a,
up.
basically sear it in the oven,
Okay.
and then you put the oven down to 280 for 2 hours. So it's almost like confit in the oven for this time, and then it's supposed to really fall apart,
Right.
So we put the salt, pepper, the herb of the Provence, some olive oil, which I love olive oil, and have a glove here. You want to really
You're
rub.
gonna massage it
Yeah,
in,
massage the
in all the
lamb.
flavors. So is this one of the favorites over there at the Williamsburg Winery?
I must say that in the beginning, when I arrive here, people say, "Oh, people don't like lamb." People do like lamb.
People do
Not
like lamb.
all the people, but I think it's very important that the lamb that you're making going to be a young lamb, and then it doesn't really smell.
Why do you think people say they don't like lamb? Like, what is the misconception?
I don't know. I think people just didn't cook enough lamb to know the lamb, because I think it's a great meat, and it's not. If the lamb is young, there is not a lot of fat on the lamb.
Okay. So it's very lean.
Very lean.
Great. All right. So once you get your seasonings on there, you put it on your pan.
It's always better to marinate it for 1 hour before. This
At
is
least
get
an hour.
more.
Let the flavor soak in.
Exactly. And then you put it in the oven.
That was easy enough.
And
All right. And then
another thing, for the garlic mashed potatoes, you take basically fresh garlic.
that's
put
a
it in-
whole lot of garlic. More
Yeah,
garlic, the
it's-
better.
Garlic is good. The lamb like the garlic.
The lamb likes the garlic.
And
And
you
more
cut-
olive oil.
You cover it with olive oil, and you need to cook it in the oven on 250 degrees, I would say 45 minutes. You want the garlic really soft.
Okay.
And
So you just put the cloves in their whole like that.
Yeah.
Cover it with the oil.
Yeah.
Put that in the oven.
put it in the oven, cook it for 45 minutes, just until they're really, really soft. And then they can be mashed with the potatoes. And when you basically confit the garlic like that, it has a flavor of garlic, but it's not really,
Not
very,
too
very strong.
overpowering.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And you guys are actually gearing up for Wine Month at the winery. You have some
Yes.
exciting events coming up, which we're going to talk a little more in depth. But how are you gearing up in the kitchen?
We're gonna make like different dishes in the Adagio release, and one of them gonna be the lamb
Okay.
with the garlic mashed
Does
potatoes.
the Adagio, which is a new wine here, we're going to be talking about a little bit later. We're going to have Matthew come and tell us all the specifics. But is that going to pair really well with your lamb?
Yes, it goes really well with lamb, with duck. We're gonna have also duck. We're gonna have some vegetarian dish, which
Okay, so a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
All right, so while that's cooking, when we come back, what are we going to be doing?
we're gonna do the mashed potatoes and slice the lamb.
Okay, and we'll be talking about the Adagio wine with Matthew, so you want to stick around for that. We're back now in the kitchen with Chef Ika Zakin from Williamsburg Winery. And, you know, Chef, you've been working on this slow roasted lamb shoulder with herbes de Provence. And here it is. Look how good that looks. And let me tell you, it smells good as well. So we were working on that, and then we're going to do a garlic mash on the side. So
Yes, we gotta.
how do you get your perfect garlic mash? What do you got to do?
I put cream and I put butter, but if some people don't like butter or cream or don't want to have, we can basically use the oil of the garlic and make it mashed potato based on olive oil.
Okay.
But I like both.
All right. So you like to put it all in there?
Yeah. Then we're gonna just mash the potatoes.
Well, that's a fancy looking tool. So we've had the potatoes boiling.
Yeah,
Nice and
they have to be
now.
soft. You don't want all this water.
Oh, so you're just gonna like churn it. Well, that makes it easy.
It's make it different when you make it with your hand or if you make it in a blender, because the blender make the starch of the potato walk, and then your mashed potato is very gooey.
Okay, so this will make it the perfect consistency.
Perfect.
I guess.
And then you can. This is the garlic that we put in the oven
the oven.
earlier, and
So it's garlic
just-
infused olive oil.
yeah.
So we're
So
gonna
we
put that
put
right
some
in there
garlic.
and grind that all together, huh?
Yes.
All right, and you were saying that this lamb is going to be one of the things you're going to be preparing during Virginia Wine Month.
Yes.
And let's go ahead and bring Matthew Mayer in. And Matthew, you're like the wine connoisseur over there at the Williamsburg Winery. And as he's mashing, tell me about Adagio.
Well, it's a blend that I came up with a few years ago, and in 2010 we won the Governor's Cup for Best Virginia Wine. So now we're releasing the 2012 Adagio on October 10th, the Adagio release party.
Tell our viewers, what type of wine is this?
It's a very good wine. The 2012 is a blend of Malbec and Petit Verdot, so it's our bold representation of a blend.
Right, and you have a huge party associated with the release of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's sort of our interpretation of a celebration of enjoying life, where we're going to have October 10th from 6:30 to 9:30. We're going to have Chef Ika preparing food. We're going to have different vintages of Adagio. We're going to have a troupe of dancers doing some ballet.
So
Entertainment. We have a string quartet from DC coming down doing some contemporary and some classical stuff.
Nice.
And it's just enjoying the season, enjoying the release of Adagio, and trying lots of different kinds of Adagio. And hopefully the 2012 will do as good as the 2010.
Okay, well, that sounds exciting, and the release of a new wine is exciting. And I haven't been out there to the Williamsburg Winery yet, but it's beautiful grounds, beautiful
It is.
venue.
It's a beautiful place just to come and relax. As I said, we have the winery, the Café Provençal in Wedmore Place, the Gabriel Archer Tavern. There's a lot of green, about 300 acres of green space. It's all given to Land Conservancy, which is great to conserve the land. And you can just relax.
You can relax, and
Just
you can
eat.
feast on some of Chef Ika's
Exactly.
creations. How are we doing over here with the potatoes? Oh, very
Potatoes
creamy.
doing very creamy. I like my mash creamy. Then I'm adding nutmeg.
We've got to add the nutmeg.
Yeah. Fresh
And
nutmeg.
so we were saying that you're doing this lamb dish for Virginia Wine Month to pair with Adagio and things like that. What else do you have going on for Virginia Wine Month? What else? Any other special events and things going on over there?
There's always something special going on. But our big one is the Adagio release party on October 10th. That's what we're kind of really focused on.
Right.
But the fact that it is Virginia Wine Month, which is great, just kind of get people to go out and buy more Virginia wine and try different wines from all over the state of Virginia. So we kind of just promoting the whole concept of Virginia wine.
Great. And does that pair well with this?
Oh, it's beautiful. Ike and I, we do a lot of stuff together where the wine and the food has to work together. So we scheme and plan and plot
Scheme
a
and
lot.
play and plot. All right. Well, so Chef Ika's going to finish putting this plate of lamb and the roasted garlic mash together. Again, that Adagio release party that Matthew's talking about. That's Friday, October 10th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. in the Wessex Lawn at the Williamsburg Winery. It's celebrating the release of Williamsburg Winery's 2012 Adagio. Again, dance performances, live music, and more. For tickets and information, just log on to williamsburgwinery.com. You can also give them a call at 258-0899. Thanks so much for being here, guys.
Thanks again.